Hello, my friend.
Hello.
How, how are we doing today?
Well, still navigating uh different technology.
Yeah, you've been in tech hell for sure for the past week.
I am super grateful that it's it's happened now versus like a while ago when everything was saved directly to your laptop
Yeah.
and all that stuff because having everything kind of on the cloud and everything set up like, oh, I don't have my password. It's pretty slick, I must say, even if it's a little stressful from time to time.
Yeah. So, we are fortunate to be in business these days because we have the cloud and we are all backing up and yeah, because we've all been through it, all of
Right.
us. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I
It's just
mean,
hell when you're in it.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So here we
Okay.
are.
Here we are. And today we're wrapping up our 6 questions that we've been going through. Hopefully, they've been helpful. And we just kind of wanted to close the segment of this to guide you through what to do next. We've given you all this great information. So now what do you do?
Right. Yeah. Really just recap of each of the questions and implementation suggestions to use them going forward.
Yeah. So the first question we talked about was, am I fully engaged in my business today? And it's just a way to reclaim your focus. What's distracting you? What's your interruptions? What stress are you dealing with other than laptop hell? All of these things can really distract us from our engagement in our business, right?
Right. And staying present in in the moment that you're in, if you're working on your business, how can you become more present in that moment and save the other um, things for later, for
Yeah.
the time that you set aside later for that? Super important.
Yeah, and if you find yourself navigating doubt, fear, I don't know if I can do this, get back present. You know what you're doing. Just don't worry about the next 10 steps. Just get through the step that you're doing at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the second question was, am I living my business truth? Because we can always get overwhelmed. So sometimes remembering why we're doing this venture is helpful. And we've recommended coming up with 3 words, which I still don't have mine because we haven't gotten to it, but that define your truth. Just 3 simple words that will get you back grounded to the present and why you're doing this. So, I'm going to ask, what are your three? You have phrases that you say.
Yeah. So it's be you, do you, for you, and really represents what my mission for what I'm striving to do with each client and just what I'm sharing with the world. And for the mastery circle, it's focus, execution, and support.
Mhm.
It really helps ground me back into okay, when I'm feeling overwhelmed by all the things,
Yeah.
how can I bring it back to those 3 things
Yeah.
in both businesses?
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So we need to work on mine because it sure would help because I can definitely get into overwhelm. And then I think one of the most important questions that we discussed was, am I taking care of myself to fuel my business? Because burnout is real and you are the asset in your business. Period, the end. And if you're not taking care of you, you're not taking care of your business, nor are you taking care of your clients.
yeah. And because there's so much out there, pushing the hustle, the grind, and really overdoing,
Mhm.
making us think that if we're not like doing all the things all at once, that somehow we're creating our lack of results from that perspective. And it's just simply not true.
It's not true. It's a lie. It's a
Yeah,
lie. It's a lie, people. I've lived it. Jenny has coached me through it numerous times. It's not about the quantity that you get done through the day, it is the quality. And are you really focused on the task that's going to move you forward to your bigger goal?
right.
So, yeah.
And as you grow as a business, your resources will grow,
Mhm.
and you can layer in additional things. So don't make sure that if you are looking outside yourself for some direction, make sure you're looking at people that are at the same place as you are. Certainly you want to set your sights a little bit higher because you're wanting to elevate yourself, but trying to do all the things that someone who has been in business for 10 years and has an entire team and the financial resources to outsource all the stuff
Yeah.
just isn't realistic,
Yeah. Focus
and
on the
it
stuff that
sets
you
you up for
love doing. Yeah. I mean, what do you love to do?
well, and getting to know your clients,
Yeah.
what matters to them, how it's more about meeting them where they're at,
Mhm.
than um, trying to be everywhere for everyone.
That's right. That's right. And then what is my highest impact action I can take today? And this question is really good. I found myself during this process, life happens and things come up and it shifts your entire day. And it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, well, that's it. My day is wasted. And it was like, no, no, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You didn't get the things done that you thought you were going to get done. So, what one thing can I focus on that's going to make my highest impact so I can reclaim the day?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think gets back to the doing all the things. I mean, start your day asking that question,
Mhm.
because getting that thing done may make all the rest of the things that you had on your to-do list irrelevant, unnecessary.
Mhm.
Um, Generally, I mean, that many of us have heard of the Pareto principle. 20% of your efforts create 80% of your results. Um, and so that if you've got, 10 things, two of those are going to create the most results.
Mhm. Yeah, and,
So,
and I've noticed when I get the one thing done that's really moving things forward more, I get so much more done during the day
yeah,
without even trying. It's I guess it's you get that momentum and it's like, okay, now what's next? This is great. You're just coming at it at a totally different mindset.
right. Yeah, I mean, when you feel like a boss, you act like a boss,
That's
right?
right. That's
Like,
right.
and I'm not talking the self-anointed, like, oh, I gave myself this fancy title, but when you're like, I nailed that really important thing,
Mhm.
you naturally want to be like, all right, I got this. You
Mhm.
got the swagger. Like, what's next?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we talked about bringing passion and energy into my work. So, shining through the storm and igniting your passion, bring enthusiasm to even your mundane admin tasks that there's just certain things that need to be done in order to keep a business running smoothly.
Yeah. You know, again, tying back to staying present and your purpose and your why, because then we all have in all parts of our lives the necessary things that are needed to keep things functioning, keep things running. And I think the other thing we touched on here is, that being that shining light for your clients too, being willing to be bold and really shine that light that says, I'm here, just follow the light.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. And then our final question is, how am I serving my clients and community today? It's beyond tech hell.
Yeah,
Remember, you're serving something greater than yourself. And there's not an entrepreneur out there that hasn't said, this is my purpose. This is my
correct.
calling. It's something so much bigger than you. And I think when we can get present with that, there is absolutely nothing we can't tackle.
Absolutely. And I think it gets us out of the perfecting and tweaking, because if you look at what thinking about an online business owner, there's a lot of emphasis on creating content and putting things out there, whether you're working on your website or something like this. And you can do a lot of behind the scenes creating and tweaking and perfecting. But is it good enough to deliver the message? And just answering that question, when you find yourself kind of like delaying the actual sharing of it with the world, which
Yeah,
this is the common one for me because I love like finding the perfect word or making the design visually appealing to me, so I really have to remember, it's not about all of that. It is about getting that out, my message out into the world, and it's important. So get it out there.
yeah. So the takeaway actions that we have is write down these questions and keep them somewhere that you can see them, like journal on a computer, whatever your jam is. And then take the first 5 minutes of your day and reflect on them. And it is better to write down your answers. But if you don't have time, okay, this is your business. You get to do it the way that you want to. But there is science that links, from our heads to a piece of paper. It is so much better. Revisit them throughout the day. And then
Yeah.
start noticing how your energy and focus shifts as you make this a habit.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever I'm trying to be more aware, I often post something like right above my computer, right up there.
Where it's in your
And
eyesight. Yeah.
absolutely. So whether it's all 6 questions, maybe you pick one that really resonates with you and really speaks to what you're struggling with,
Mhm.
right now,
Yeah.
or all 6 questions. Um, I it's really a good practice to just keep them front of mind,
Mhm.
or if there are other questions that you have, you can use that tip too.
Sure. This is to help
Absolutely.
you maybe prompt some questions. So I can hear the audience already. I don't have time for this. Mhm.
Again, don't overcomplicate it. I mean, go back to all the conversation that we've had. It's about, um, getting getting yourself rolling in a direction. So, you don't have to answer all the questions. You don't have to get out your big fat journal and, like, spend an hour, you know, digging deep.
Meditating
Yes. Yeah.
and
All
doing
those
thought
things.
work and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, I love journaling, so and I think it's really helpful
It
to
is.
help you navigate and see your thoughts separately from you as a person. Like you said, the writing process activates a different part of our brain than just the thinking part.
Mhm,
And so I'm certainly an advocate, but 5 minutes, like pick one of the questions and whatever pops in your mind,
mhm,
do that. It's where if you feel like you're stuck or you're spiraling around something or just overwhelmed, um, feeling resistance, all of those things, like the 5 minutes you spend invest in journaling a little bit about one of those questions will pay back in dividends.
oh, yeah.
Uh, you, you
Which leads
can't,
us into the ripple effect, which is exactly what this is. If you can get in alignment, it's just going to transform out through your day. It's like I was speaking of earlier. I had one task today that really, ooh, I did not want to do it, but I did it. And it's just everything else is just flowing so much easier. So the few minutes that I spent defining what that one task was and did a little bit of mindset work over why I didn't want to do it, it has just opened up the rest of my day. And I've actually gotten more done than I had planned. Hmm,
yeah, absolutely. I love it. I love
yeah,
it. And I mean, it's not late in the day.
no, we just started.
Just
I might
getting
even
started.
I might even get to take the day off early today. Ha,
That's an amazing idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So that's
great.
it for this series. We this is what we focus on in the mastery circle. That's where these questions, these are kind of some thoughts that we pulled out of what we are experiencing so far in the mastery circle. And next week we have a guest joining us, and we are
We do.
so excited about it.
It is going to be so much fun. I
Yeah.
mean, we have fun already. Throw
Yeah.
another person in, and suddenly we have a party going on.
I know. I mean, this is gonna be fun, but yeah, one of
Yeah,
our members is gonna come join us, and we're gonna learn about her and her business and how the Mastery Circle has really helped her, gain some momentum.
awesome. I'm excited for it. I think it will be great. And also, I think we should mention, if you're still hanging with us, we have a LinkedIn group and a Facebook group. Is
We
that
do, we do.
so? If you want to, I'm like, see, I don't even know all the bits and pieces. This is why you work with someone else so that you don't have to do all the bits.
Yeah,
So, um, join the groups. That's the way to stay connected with us. And we've been working, we actually will have something coming out of those groups that share the 6 questions. So something handy that you could
mhm.
um, use to help yourself remind you of the questions. And we look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, we have a YouTube channel too, don't forget that.
Oh, yes. Can't forget the YouTube. I mean, one of these times, one of us will become a sensation, right?
It's gonna go viral, I feel it.
Hopefully, it's something like that we're proud of and
Yeah,
not something that's like cringeworthy.
right, right.
All
All
right.
right, well, it's always good spending time with you, and we'll see you next week with our guest.
All right. Sounds great. Thanks,
Okay.
Jenny.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.